It would help if this microphone was actually on when I started the show. All right. Let's rewind that. West Coast Wednesday. Konbanwa. Konnichiwa. Ohayo gozaimasu. Manga kudasai. Hi everybody. It is me. I am back. It's West Coast Wednesday. Let's get that camera out of the way. Oh my god, it's Godzilla. Hello, Godzilla. Hello, everybody. My mom asked me to pick this up, so I got her that. Hi, I hope everybody's doing well. I'm gonna, this microphone is gonna, there we go, that'll, nope. I don't know why it just hangs down like that. Anyway, I hope everybody's well. I am back from Japan while I fix this goddamn microphone, and cool. It's upside down. How about this? I'm sorry. I'm a little rusty. I'm a little jet lagged. I'm just gonna leave it here. Can everybody hear me? Hold on one second. Okay, now I'm here. Let's say hello to everybody in the audience. Brian CG, live long and prosper. Peace. How you doing? Rami's in the house. Rami, thank you once again for the package. And I am excited to take a look at those. Tyler, yay, the Pope is here. Marco, swoon to you. Cheers. We're going to take a look at the full haul tonight, but there's a couple things I want to just let people know before we get started. And I want to say hi, Mike, what's going on? Audio is here. You can hear me. Keith is ballin'. What's going on? Mike? West Coast George. There he is. Hello, Robert. Andrew is in the house. Mr. Brulin's in the house. Thank you. Gojira. So yes, I'll be showing off the haul tonight. And then tomorrow, if you are part of the Patreon, the exclusive Patreon sale has already been recorded. It is going to drop tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific. And there's about 25 items in there that are exclusive to that. You know, if you're part of the Patreon, you know exactly how the claim sale there works. And then Friday night, right in this room, right in this place, a live sale with a lot of the stuff that you're going to see tonight. I had a great time. 7 days. I mean, it was a short trip for the reason of that it was last minute. And I did a lot of buying. I came home with 4 suitcases worth of goodies. I only left with 3 suitcases. So yeah, a little out of control. But got to see the Sorayama exhibit. Got to hang out with Sean, aka Japan Book Hunter. I went with my buddy Joe. I got to hang out with my buddy Aki Inagi, who helped with the Sushi Kaneko interview. He was the translator. Got to hang out with Peach Momoko's husband, Yo, and went to a lot of bookstores and ate a lot of good sushi, and the rest of the trip was just fantastic. So, hello there, Andrew. Good to see you. Let's talk on the phone one of these days. B. Paul, what's up, Brandon? John's in the house. Bob's in the house. So yes, so the Patreon sale drops tomorrow at 9 a.m. The claim sale on Friday will be, I think I have it scheduled for like 6:15 or 6:10 or something like that. And going to be a lot of goodies for sale. I have to price everything, but you're going to see it here tonight. And what else? New video will be out this weekend. Me and Sean, aka Mr. Japan Book Hunter, we shot 2 videos together, one for my channel, one for his. So we'll have that out on my channel this weekend. Direct Edition still on break. Looking to come back probably the last Monday of the month. The 25th will probably be the first episode. I have some great guests lined up. I'm going to be recording with a couple of them over the next week or two, and then some other ones lined up, including the return of some fan favorites. Oh, of course. Yeah. Sanford's is so fucking good, Rami. That club sandwich, I miss it so much. Hey, there he is. Mr. Doctor is in the house. Before we get started, if you'd hit the like button, I'd really appreciate that. Oh, one last thing. I'll be talking about this a little bit tonight because I got to remind people. I was on Ink Pulp podcast this week. Sean Crystal, Eric Canetti, fuck Matteo Scalera. No, Matteo couldn't make it. And we had a great time. I really liked having questions asked of me. And if you could watch that, give it a like, drop a comment. Let's get it to 10 million views. I don't actually want 10 million people to ever see me or hear me talk. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to go bye-bye. Well, I'm right here. Okay, so this is one of the books that's going to be on the YouTube video with Sean. I think I picked this up when I was with Aki, but this is basically came out after Gozeki Kojima passed away, artist of Lone Wolf and Cub. And this is I mean, it's an artist edition, just not at the artist edition size. And what's up, Mark? Yeah, Andrew, I really, I wasn't able to look inside of it because, if you're familiar with shopping in Japan or seeing my videos of hunting in Japan, most of the books that are sold are in plastic bags or sealed, whatever, and they don't want you looking through them, which is understandable. So you kind of just have to know what you're going to buy. And, I had Aki with me, so he told me it was going to be a book of all art. And I've just started reading, well, I finished the first, whatever, special edition Dark Horse collection of Lone Wolf and Cub, so I'm looking forward to the next one that's coming out. But you'll see a full flip through of this memorial book on my channel this weekend. What's up, Mark? It is a beautiful book. And yes, yeah, Frank Miller was extremely inspired by this. So many people were. And I talk about that in the video this weekend. Lone Wolf and Cub is one of the staples of storytelling in the last, 75 years or whatever. Spaghetti Westerns, I mean, Mandalorian, so much inspired by that. I can't stop picking these up. They're just gorgeous editions. Batman, Mad Love, Bruce Timm, Paul Dini, Harley Quinn in Japanese, a matte finish paper, all in Japanese, obviously. Plus you get, some other great Batman adventure stuff. And all in this beautiful package with the Obi, which is the strip here. It's spelled OBI, but it's Obi, like Obi-Wan Kenobi. And that great cover. And anyway, I got a couple of different versions of this that'll be out for sale, and you'll see those. Another one, this is also part of the flip through from this weekend's coming video. I think it's pronounced Taiko or Takao Saito, who is the creator of Golgo 13. And this is like a little exhibition catalog from an exhibition in 2017. Here's the ticket for it. You find stuff like that in these books sometimes. It's a bit of a little artist edition. Lots of scans of original pages. There's an interview with Saito in here. Plenty to look at. The presentation of this book is fantastic. Sean actually said he's never seen it before. The guns that he would use. And Saito, like, he kind of lived the gimmick. I mean, he wasn't walking around like an assassin, but he dressed very much like the titular character. Look at this. So you're going to see this whole book flip through once again this weekend. There's we do 3 books and then 3 books for Sean's channel. I don't know if I'll ever see one of these again, but it was pretty cool finding this. Okay, so another, I bought a decent amount of Star Wars stuff. But this is the three book trilogy in Japan, the original in Japanese, the original trilogy which Dark Horse released as classic Star Wars. Not easy to find these. I saw the book one a whole bunch of times on this trip, but I did not see Empire and Jedi much. Especially didn't see this box set more than once. Who knows if I'll be able to find another one next time I go, but these were printed in, let's see, these are probably in the mid 90s to late 90s. Yeah, there's no date. Oh, 95. So, not a ton of Star Wars stuff from this era hanging around Japan, but you'll see some other, I think I've got at least one other thing from that era. All About the Man. This is an oversized, as you can see, Life magazine sized Fist of the North Star book. Look at that. Don't know, Ken. I've got a couple of Fist of the North Star things. I was definitely looking for more. Not the easiest stuff to find. All right. This page is super thick. Anything Star Wars is better from Japan. I said that on the trip, Tyler. I said that to at least one or two people. One of them looked at me like I don't speak English, but the other one did. Just kidding. Anyway, I'm not going to try and flip through those glossy pages because they're just a little tough to get through, but there he is, Hakuto no Ken. All About the Man. So it's an oversized Treasury edition of Fist of the North Star. If they ever do the exhibition again, I'd love to see it. Some of the better action art and detailed art out there. Why can't I remember his name? The artist. I can remember. I gotta look it up again. Tetsuo Hara. There we go. Anyway, that's All About the Man. Fist of the North Star special. There's no real order to what I'm showing tonight. I just kind of had it in piles, which will be sorted tomorrow. So forgive me. What's up, Ian? Thank you. Okay. Try to keep this in frame. I got a Blade Runner program. The movie programs, okay. I don't know. Maybe it's just like certain things, but it seems like prices have gone up a bit since the last time I was there on certain things. Hiseyu Blade Runner. I think maybe they do increase the prices around the holiday, which I was there towards the tail end of Golden Week, which is their kind of week-long holiday there. I noticed some prices went up on some of the Marvel DC stuff, some of the programs, and maybe it's just certain movies come and go in you know, kind of like when tourist season, like, I don't know. I just noticed certain things. I will not be going back any point during Golden Week again. Too many people around. Too many tourists. A lot of Europeans there while I was there. This is the Brutus issue with the Otomo cover. It usually, excuse me, it usually comes with an insert, but this copy didn't have it. So it'll be significantly cheaper than the one with the insert. But Brutus is like a fashion and lifestyle magazine, but they love to highlight creators sometimes. If I haven't seen it, Apocalypse Zero manga, it's all kind of wacky, gory, insane. Huh. Yeah, I've never heard of it before. I'll keep that in mind. I'm going to start Berserk pretty soon, so I'm excited for that. What's up, Jamie? All right, this is the Popeye magazine from 1978 with the Mick Jagger cover, but more importantly, this is they do a special on American comics, and even more importantly, I mean, there's some great imagery in here, including some of these cosplay photos. The cat one's amazing. But this is where you get to see Katsuhiro Otomo doing an image of Black Panther among, I forget what other mangaka do images here. Like, I forget who did that. That might be Otomo also, but this is the page right here with the Otomo Black Panther. So I forget who do these two, but this was something that Ed Piskor had highlighted on Kayfabe, and so I always try to find more of these because I think they're pretty special. What's up, Xavier? Thank you, my friend. Hey, what's up, Andrew? I just got to book the collects. Oh, cool. You'll have to send me a picture of the cover of that so I can keep my eyes out for it. So there was a pop-up in Kichijoji for Umezz, and that's where his house was. And that's, you know, he was the pride of Kichijoji. So he did this pop-up. I picked up two of these magazines. Umezz is kind of a godfather of horror manga. And, you know, a lot of people say that, you know, Drifting Classroom is such an important book. But without him, you know, somebody like Junji Ito may not ever have the path to go down and become who he is without a guy like Umezz. So I picked up one of these. Jeez, look at this. Shit's amazing. I'm keeping one for myself, but one will be available this week. The pop-up was pretty cool. There he is with his striped shirt. He was Waldo before he was Waldo. And his house has that candy stripe, which I still haven't gone just to see it. I mean, he passed away a couple years ago, but the house is still there. I think they're going to try and get it, like, make it into a museum or something. But that's the Umezz magazine from the pop-up. Hey, what's up, Jose? Hope you're well, dude. Oh, you missed a little cameo from your friend. Dun 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 dun. Oh no, what? There we go. There, anyway. All right, Toriyama stuff, I mean, isn't easy to find. I think this is one of the few things that has never been translated over. But this is basically the world of Akira Toriyama, creator of Dragon Ball, Sandland, Dr. Slump. Little bit of everything in here. I just recently read Sandland. I loved it. I've sold these before, but I picked up another one. Gojira. Another movie program. You guys have heard of this movie. It's a Star Wars. It's Rogue One. And one of the best Star Wars movies. I just finished up watching. Did I finish Maul? Maybe I didn't. Yeah, no, I finished Maul. It was so good. No spoilers. I won't spoil. I am one with the Force is one with me. Or I am one with the Force is one with me. Yeah, so there's that. Hell yeah. That's right. I did. I remember you bought that for me. Not one of the. It's not the best Star Wars movie because Empire Strikes Back exists. You shut your mouth, Tyler. I'm just kidding. You're allowed to have whatever opinion you want. All right. I did a flip through of this on the Patreon. This is Nosferatu by Takato Yamamoto, I think. Yeah, Takato Yamamoto. So this book is a signed edition right there, signed. You can view the whole flip through on the Patreon if you're part of it. I will be selling this because I have 2 of these now. Some amazing art, pretty haunting. Vampire, but I'm not gonna do a flip through of that because I've already done it. Takato Yamamoto. Tyler, you're second. Listen, you better be happy that I didn't say that the greatest Star Wars movie is Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. All right, some more movie programs. Everybody's if you're a Nintendo 64 whore like myself, then you love GoldenEye. Great movie. Did I scan those? I just did I did just a video flip through of it. I don't have time to do any type of scanlations or anything. Me too. But yeah, it's part of the YouTube exclusive content that I do. It's very similar to what Sean Japan Book Hunter does. Anyway, Pierce Brosnan's first Bond movie and probably my favorite up until Casino Royale came out, which I think is always going to be my favorite from here on out. But the greatest Nintendo 64 game, that's a fact. The greatest multiplayer game, possibly. Anyway, Bond is back. Who's the babe? The babe with the power. Babe. Labyrinth. Classic. Jim Henson. Really creepy movie if you look at it through adult eyes, but still a great movie. Ludo. Bowie. Bowie's Junk. Bowie in Space. Jennifer Connelly. When she was probably like 18 when she filmed this movie. 16. I don't know how old she is now. So this movie came out, 87? Anyway, it's a classic. I haven't watched it in a long time, but it was a movie that seared into my childhood and watched it a lot as like a 20-something. Probably because I was doing some more drugs. Anyway, these were in here. I don't remember. Oh, Heartburn, the Jack Nicholson movie. So this is like 3 Men and a Baby without the cat. I'm so confused at what this is. Oh, it's called 3 Mommies in a Coffin? What the fuck movie is this? This is like I don't know. She was 14. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was, when this came out, when Labyrinth came out in 86, I was barely 7. I had an insane crush on her that lasted till today. Yes, I played a lot of GoldenEye and smoked a lot of weed while doing it. Yeah, exactly. I've never seen this might have been what the Japanese poster was, but I never saw that image until I got this program. Yes, it is. French original, 3 Men and a Baby was a remake. I did not know that, so you're right. That's probably what this is. Is one of those Gerard Depardieu? No, it's not. I'm Gerard Depardieu. I couldn't find too many good. I couldn't find like a ton of Bruce Lee programs, and then a couple I did were really banged up. But I picked this up, The Way of the Dragon, which I've never seen The Way of the Dragon. I don't think. Look at that. Bruce Lee, no look, gut punch. Anyway, that's Way of the Dragon. And then, speaking of martial arts movies, Wax On, Wax Off, Karate Kid Part 1. Another classic, Ralph Macchio and Pat Morita. Funny thing, Ralph Macchio grew up in the town next to me in Dix Hills, and his mom lived next to my mom's best friend, but I never met him. Anyway, that's the program there. That's what's her name? No, actually, I don't know who that is, do I? I don't remember who that is, I should say. Oh, it is Elizabeth Shue. Okay, I wasn't. Yeah, I guess that does really look like her. Anyway, What else we got? We got a cool Gundam book with tons of designs from the anime. Looks like all kind of designs, but then some scans and screenshots from the anime. And I believe there's some of the Yaz posters in here too. Yasuhiko. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, there you go. Yoshikazu Yoshihiko. Just call him Yaz. I went to go see that exhibit last year. It was fucking amazing. Yeah, there's some more. So this is kind of like all about the there he is, Yaz. Well, that's not him, but it's a little profile about him. Anyway, this is a movie book. I think they call it a MOOC. Movie book. Usually says it on there, but anyway, it's got a little wear on it, but this is also probably like 35, 40 years old. Pretty cool. Another movie program. Y'all have heard of this one. Temple of Doom, Indiana Jones, Harry Ford, not Henry Ford, Harry Ford. Harrison Ford. This was the first one I saw in theaters. I mean, if I did see Raiders in theaters as a kid, I don't remember because I was 2 when it came out. But I very much remember seeing this in the theater. Onam Shiba, Onam Shiba, Onam Shiba, Moran, Moran, Moran Suran. Anyway, you're not here to hear me chant. Club Obi-Wan, that's right. That was the club at the beginning of the movie. Got some Ghibli action here. There's I don't buy a ton of whatchamacallit, what's his name? Oh my God, Miyazaki stuff, because I don't know what's available in this country, and I try not, to buy stuff that you can easily get here, because like the point is to bring stuff back. But I don't know if there's people that are looking for certain things. When I go back at the end of the year, I am happy to search for them, but it's there are Miyazaki stores, or Studio Ghibli stores, I should say, in all the major cities. There's a couple, I think, in Tokyo. This so like this is an original Spirited Away program. They did reissue, reprint, whatever you want to call it. But this is an original from the movie. The ones that they reprint don't have Nestle ads. Anyway, that's one pile. We are way, 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 way from being done. Don't worry. Oh, let me show these. Let's see, this one and this one. Oh, another Ghibli thing I picked up, the original Laserdisc for My Neighbor Totoro. Even if you don't have a Laserdisc player, I mean, it would be cool to display this, but it does have the Obi strip on it. Oh, there you know the price for tomorrow. Now this, I never seen this before. Took a shot on it because it was sealed. I just saw DNA in Godzilla, and why? What the hell? Hold on one sec. No, that was weird. So this is kind of exactly what you think it might be. It's a book about all of the Godzilla movies up until a point, showing a lot of concept art, posters, models, basically anything from the archives that they deemed interesting from all of the movies. I think up until maybe 2000, or I don't know if Shin's in here. -1's definitely not in here because this book was published before that came out. But it goes through everyone. I mean, like, sure, you could use Google Translate to read it, but the fact is that you're just getting it's Green Goblin. I mean, they definitely stole the Green Goblin mask from Jet Jaguar. But you're getting stuff that you aren't, you're just never going to see books in the US that have this kind of, you know, whatchamacallit, archive. So that's the only thing, like, we just aren't getting the kind of, oh yeah, it does go to Shin. We just aren't getting the Hedora cutaway. I must have, oh, look at the King Ghidorah head. Um, anyway, we're just not getting this kind of archive here. I mean, we get it for stuff like Star Wars, but this book is pretty special. Okay, let me grab another pile. Hey, what's up, Danny? Let's see, what should we go with next? We'll just go with the far pile here. I spent pretty much, ever since I got home, I've been just kind of sitting in here, opening stuff up, looking through it. Like I said, I haven't really done, I've priced like 4 or 5 things for the sale on Friday. So I grabbed a couple of weekly jumps that I could, that might have, you know, like a cool cover. So right now, and I think it's a greater conversation for later, but, you know, I'll have that conversation. Right now, things are a little wild in the manga world due to a lot of shitty, I don't know what to say, like, it's kind of like a fix, man. The whole Jake Paul thing feels like there's a lot of people behind it that don't have anything but money in their best interests. And, you know, I don't know. So it's a little tough to find stuff, but I found a couple of various One Piece jumps. This one's from 1998. Usually, I think One Piece is usually the first story when it's on the cover. But I've never read One Piece, but yeah, it's the first one. It's just not, it's too daunting for me to start. But I do want to start Berserk, and that's, you know, there's a lot of that. Anyway, you know, the jumps, the weeklies, this stuff generally is not in great shape because it's not a culture of people that save to collect. But I grabbed that one from, it's issue number 29 from 1998. I grabbed this one from 2015 because I thought that was a great cover. But I'm not going to flip through this one. And then there's a couple others that you'll see. You know what? I think he's quite possibly popular. A Go Nagai robot book. So, Go Horai Raku, 70s robot stuff from Go Nagai, Mazinger, and a bunch of other stuff. So this is like an artist edition of artist editions. Yeah, Mazinger Z. I know he did another robot book, and then, you know, Devilman, Devilman Lady. I love Go Nagai. It's probably like, of all of the creators that I've kind of not discovered, but come to enjoy and see and understand, I think his stuff is leaning towards my favorite after a guy like Otomo. Especially because, like, I can go to a store now, and even if the stuff's not categorized by artist, sometimes or creator, sometimes it is in Mandarake, I can pull books off the shelf and I know it's his art style. And I think that means that I'm enjoying it and looking at it a lot more than some others. But anyway, this is a cool book. I just grabbed it because it's Go Nagai. And it's a lot of cool art, concept art, character design, finished art, paintings, and it's all robot-based stuff. Well, not all, I guess, because those aren't robots. There's a weird stereotype right there, but who knows how old that is. Plus, it's Japan. I don't know what their stereotypes are. I don't know. I just don't know. Yeah, there you go. How do you say Grandizer? Grandizer? Grandaze? I don't know. I'm not Mr. Pronunciation today. I'm fucking tired. Anyway, this is a big fat book. It's a thick boy. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. So I just grabbed this not knowing what it was going to be. I knew the contents of it were Godzilla based, but it's just like this cool, like, I guess this must be some kind of kids book, but it's it kind of goes through different characters. I don't know what it says. I didn't hit this with the Google Translate, but it's pretty cool. Son of Godzilla. So you get stills from the movie, but all the different movies. Or maybe this is one movie. Somebody tell me if this is one movie, if this is like, I don't know all the names of the Godzilla movies. I'm sorry. I'm a disappointment to y'all. Anyway, some cutaway of structures here, some cross section of buildings. And yeah, it's just a short little book here. And then y'all have seen this before. I'm happy to say the visual impact of the movie posters. I will have a few of these available. I think one is going to be in the Patreon sale and one's going to be in the regular sale. I brought home one of these last time and I kept it, but I was able to find a couple more. And this goes all the way up to Final Wars. So no Shin Godzilla, no -1, but it's all the posters leading up to Final Wars. And like I say in the Patreon video, owning these posters would be thousands and thousands of dollars of hunting for posters. This is probably the best thing you're going to get. So all of them. And that was 1967. Wow. Grabbed it based on the cover alone. Oh, this one? Yeah. I did. I mean, that's how you have to buy a lot of this stuff. If you don't speak or read Japanese, you have to just kind of go by a cover. Let me show this off. This is a big one. I will be doing a video of the Sorayama exhibit. And this was look how big this thing is. I mean, it's bigger than a treasury size. This is the program. I don't want to show a ton of this just because there's like a ton of nudity in here. But it was one of the most incredible things I've ever seen in person, this exhibit. And, if you're familiar with him from the heavy metal covers and stuff like that, then you know how an amazing artist he is. Oh, yep. So I'll have one of these available. Just one. I couldn't buy too many of these. Look how big they are. And, this thing weighs a good four-ish, 5-6 pounds. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, Jim and Tyler. I mean, he's amazing. And there were actually went to see 2 shows with Sorayama art because he was doing one at the Vanilla Gallery with a couple of his fellow artistes. All right, I showed that off, so I can put that away here. Okay, I don't know if I can show this off because it's so goddamn big, but let's do this real quick. This is not an original. This is an anniversary poster, but I did pick up a Godzilla 50th anniversary Final Wars poster. Let's see if I can put that. It's large, but the poster itself is from 2004. It's 22 years old. So there's that. I did not bring home any other posters. I think I will do that next time, and I may ask people in the Patreon what posters they're looking for so that I can search. Okay. This is a pretty big thing. This was released in Japan a couple months ago. It is a Japan-only book. This is the Marvel art of Peach Momoko. There will be a full flip through of this on the channel in a couple weeks. Here's what the cover looks like. But my copy is quite unique. No, that's not the right copy. Let me get the right copy here. Where is it? Shit. What did I do with it? It's somewhere here. Give me one sec. Talk amongst yourselves. Hit the like button while you're at it. Must have put it away in another room. Be right back, everybody. Although I'm still... Oh, it's in my... Yeah. Hold on, everybody. I got to go get the book because I want to show it off. I did post a photo of it on Instagram on my stories, but I ended up getting to see Yo, Peach's husband, and we're kind enough... Peach was kind enough to do a black cat sketch here for me. I will have, so if you're part of the Patreon, 2 signed copies will be available on the sale tomorrow. 1 copy will be available on Friday for the regular sale. They are not cheap. These are only available in Japan, and Peach is not doing any cons anytime soon. So, boy's got a couple of signed copies. I own that cover. But yeah, this is basically like the last 5 years of her cover work is in this book. It's the closest thing you get to an artist edition. But what I say on the video, and you'll see it in a couple weeks, is that her paintings look pretty much exactly like what they look like in the book. But yeah, they really took care of the way that the care that was put into printing this. It's pretty impressive. It's a big book, a couple of 100 pages. Like I said, I'll have a full flip through of this on the channel in a couple weeks. All right, let's see what everybody's saying. Yes, that's what I said when I saw it. Yes. I'd love to have a Japanese Batman 66 poster. I've seen a few before. Oh, yeah, that, Brad, I mean, I didn't see one personally, but I didn't, I wasn't looking too hard. But yeah, I bet that would be fucking rad to see in person. So, just remind me when I go back. And you can give me like a, like, oh, if it's like $400, don't buy it, that kind of thing. Yo, you missed a little bit, but we're still going. Sometimes it's hard to resist picking up these Marvel books. So let's take a look at this. This is the first volume of the Captain America import they did in the 70s. And it's all Kirby. Beginning is in color, and the rest of it is in this weird brown tone. But I love it. I love seeing Kirby in Japanese. It's okay. Nobody's faulting you except me. No, I'm just kidding. Plus, there's always the replay. Anyway, I just picked up the first volume. This was pretty fun to find. I never see these in the wild when I'm there. They only did 2 volumes of Silver Surfer. What do you do when Silver Surfer's coming? Got to go collect this. And I believe this may be the whole 18-issue run, but I don't know because I haven't flipped through the whole thing. Maybe not. Maybe it starts with issue 3 because there's Mephisto. No, that's probably issue 1 and 2. And then 4 would be the Thor issue. Anyway, these are pretty tough to find, this set. And like I said, there's only 2 issues on the Silver Surfer. They did, I think, 4 Captain America, 2 Thor, Miss Marvel, then the Spider-Man and Fantastic Four, which are the Spider-Man's the biggest run. So that's Silver Surfer in Japanese. I didn't see... I've never seen this version of Hino Hideshi Hino's. This is Crimson Snake, but this is a larger format than the general tankobon that you find. And he was the king of weird ass fucking body horror, boils and insects and maggots. He's not doing too well. I know he has cancer right now. So I don't know how much longer he has on this plane of existence, but I think he's in hospice too. Um, if I had $100,000 for every time I've heard Dave said he could yeah, Jim, yeah, you'd have quite a bit of money. Yeah, Hino Hideshi is something else, Tyler. His stuff was very, it was printed in America. He has a lot of stuff that was translated years and years ago, and it's so hard to find that stuff. Those books go for a lot of money, but that is Crimson Snake. Another great Go Nagai book here. This is just a little bit of everything from him. Got some paintings. I know there is a bunch of text in here, but then it goes into, there's a lot of images in here too. There's some manga. I don't know if this was done for an anniversary or an exhibition. I've seen it a couple of times, but it's usually banged up, so this is a really clean copy. Yeah, there's some naughty stuff in here too. Bookended by manga on both sides. Boom. What else we got? Oh, I finally found some Gon. Yeah, Gon. The dinosaur that was in Tekken. I've never found any of this hunting. Every time, the only time I've ever seen it while hunting, Sean scooped it. And he's like, oh, he found whatever. But maybe the greatest dinosaur comic next to Tyrant. No dialogue, just Gon. But yeah, it was really, I always, because I know who he is because of Tekken. So I was always aware of the character's existence. And the couple of times that I've been out hunting, I look for it because you can, oh, actually, I guess you can't see on the spine. Oh yeah, on some of the spines, he's on there. The first two books, he's not, but the name is on there. So I always look for it. Can't find it. But then I found the 1, 2, and 5. Let's see. Yes, Brad, it is. I did bring back a couple of things, but not much because most of the stuff that exists is printed here. So I try not to bring too much of that stuff back if it's heavily printed here. But Tyler can always tell me what you want me to bring some stuff back. I will. Yeah, I think you're right. But Ian, good luck finding it, It's the same with the Hideshi Hino. It's the same with the Tezuka. A lot of this stuff might have been printed in the 90s by Dark Horse or by Viz. And if it's a tankobon or, whatever, they're impossible to find. Anyway, 3 volumes of Gon. I don't know how many there are, 6 or 7. Not easy to find, though. Cover Scream Kids book, but the yeah, exactly, Jim. I know you know, Ian. Oh, I know you know. Yeah, I haven't been able to find one in Japan. Should have bought the Tezuka Phoenix when it was in bookstores. Dude, the Tezuka stuff, man. Danny, that stuff is really hard to find. I don't even remember buying this, but I did, obviously. Bubblegum Crisis. This is the film book, but it's got more than just that. It's got a little bit of everything in here, which I like that about these film books. Like, it's not just screen to page. There's other things in here. And Bubblegum Crisis is one of the things that was printed in single issue format here back in the early 90s. But this is the film book. Has a little, like, kind of the protective sleeve, library sleeve. Problem is, you don't know what's out there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, the thing I can bring back, shirts and stuff like that. I did bring back some merch for Junji Ito. But anyway, I don't know how much of this I can really show. There's a lot of titties in this book. But this is Pinky Violence, Tohei's Bad Girl Films. Sex, Trash, and Dynamite. So there's a lot of text in here, but it's all about these movies with badass, exploitation movies with badass babes in it. But yeah, I don't need to get kicked off of YouTube by showing too many titties. But the poster section is cool. Nope, there's a titty. Anyway, I'm gonna just not tempt fate. And it's got the obi on it, which I need to fix. All right, that's one more pile down. Bunch of piles left to go, plus other stuff, merch. I got a lot of Gachapon. Yeah, fun stuff to show. Oh no, don't step on Godzilla. I did a bit of Berserk hunting, and I found this special tribute issue of Young Animal magazine from when Kentaro Muro passed away. It does have a little binding tear there. It's got, I guess these were cover images, paintings. And then it goes into a chapter of Berserk here. And what's really interesting about this, I don't know what else is in this magazine, Young Animal. There's other comics in here. Ad for Berserk merch, which I didn't see a ton of this kind of stuff around. I saw some of the figures and shirts, but no swords. Anyway, what's cool about this is there is a supplemental. We got the messages to Miura from different mangaka. So I guess doing like homage, tribute stuff. So that's pretty cool. And then that's part of this bundle. And then there's this poster, which I will try to get under the screen here. It's so big. It would be cool to see a bunch of American comic artists do like, maybe like put together like a tribute to Berserk by doing like image, like a gallery of images from different American creators. Anyway, that was that. I did find this in the Miyazaki realm, the first book of Nausicaa, Valley of the Wind, with the obi on it. This was printed in the States in English, and there is a box set, but I thought it would be cool if I brought home the first book that comes with this 2 posters, 1 poster. I think this might be, yeah, this fold out is attached. This poster is clearly not attached, and I believe it is the same image as that poster on the interior, but that's right here. Miyazaki on his legendary comic, which, people like Daniel Warren Johnson cite as like one of the most important books of his career. Anyway, that'll be for sale. As an owner of the box, and I'm still very interested in this. Yeah, this Ian and Danny, this is the first time that I'd seen Nausicaa in the wild in this format. They probably did reprint this single issue wise or single book wise, but this is definitely the OG. I got to read it. I tried reading the first issue, and I was just not into it at the moment, but I own the box set, so I should really read it. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, big book for a lot of people. Watchmen program, the Zack Snyder film. Very minimalistic in at least in the first like 6 pages, in any words, and it goes into it, some concept stuff. I like this, like the props, some of the props and the set photos. Yes, yeah, Viz did the single issues, and I think I have most of them in a box somewhere. Anyway, I don't need to tell you much about this movie that you don't already know. Thought this was pretty interesting. Never saw this before. Dengeki Comics doing like a Jim, like this is like a wizard magazine by Dengeki. This is Jim Lee interview, which obviously if you don't read Japanese, you're not going to be able to read it, but there's some really fucking cool photos in here. Jim in his studio or in his office. There's a lot of interesting stuff in here. It's not just that interview. WildStorm stuff, some J. Scott Campbell stuff, some kind of looking at some of the young WildStorm guys, including a very young Joe Madureira. And then there's a profile on Madureira. So I guess this is all about WildStorm Comics. I don't know if this was, any version of this was ever printed in the US. Maybe it was done in pieces somewhere. I just thought this was an interesting one. Some of the toy stuff that Todd was doing for the WildStorm guys. Other random stuff that has nothing to do with WildStorm. And then, who are these two young gentlemen here? Does not say in English, so. And then some Travis Charest original pages. Like, this thing's all over the place. That's why I thought it would be cool. And it is. All right, so here's something that there will be at least one copy of this for sale this week, but I don't know if I'm going to sell this version, this one. This is 2019, I believe, manga magazine with an Otomo cover and an Otomo story right here in the beginning. That I've never seen before. Maybe it was collected somewhere else. And then it goes into a bunch of other manga. I forget the name of this magazine. It's like Manga Mania or something like that. Anyway, this one edition comes with a poster and a postcard of this front cover. So I don't know if I'm going to sell this one. I have another one that doesn't have the poster and the postcard. Here's one of the other things that's in the flip through with Sean this weekend. You know they love smoking, John. Doesn't matter. This is Go Nagai and Dynamic Productions, the illustration, all illustrations world of Devilman. I won't do a big flip through of this right now. Like I said, there is me and Sean talking about this, but I think I focused a lot on finding some Go Nagai stuff on this trip, and I'm very happy that I did, because he's so fucking awesome. Anyway, you'll see that, and I'll flip through. I don't know if I'm going to sell this. We'll see. I have found another copy of Manga Manga Fever. This is when the World Cup was in Japan. Otomo cover, and there's just some great creators in here. I'll have a list for when I sell this so that I can tell you who's in here. But there's some legends in here. You can do your own research too on it. Wow, I'm having trouble saying that name. Hirohiko Araki. There we go. I think there might be some Go Nagai in here also. But it's like they did this as a big promo item for the World Cup, so it's all soccer-based manga, but it's all very, very, very cool. It's Manga Fever. I picked this up on a whim. I was like, I don't buy too much Ultraman stuff because there is so much of it there. There's so much Ultraman stuff. I'd say there's more Ultraman stuff than there is any other character, even Godzilla. But I was not disappointed when I opened this up, because this has got like pull-out blueprints of spaceships. I don't want to rip them out. You're welcome to if you buy it, right? Some spaceships. which is so cool. But it's not just that. There is a lot of spaceships, weapons, other vehicles, the duckbill, and then it goes into character blueprints, and then you get some cross-section stuff. I mean, it's like, it's real specific, but it's really cool. It's really tough to pick out Ultraman stuff because, like I said, there's so much of it. But 16 blueprint posters. Ultraman. Check that out. All right. Different version, Mad Love with the Obi. This one's got a little bit brighter colors because it's on matte glossy paper. So it still looks really good. No, I didn't see that. But I think there's different story. There's a Harley Ivy story in here instead of the Mr. Freeze annual. Anyway, these always do well when I have them available, so I picked up a couple more. Picked up a couple more of these, 2 to be exact. One is in the Patreon sale tomorrow, and I guess somebody can claim 2 of them. But this is the Venom book that reprints ASM 300, Todd, Sam Keith, Wolverine, Venom, which this is probably the only time it's ever been printed in Japanese. And then ASM 375, Mark Bagley. This came out when Venom 3 came out. So they're not easy to find. I only found 2. And it's only like 2 years old. When they print stuff like this, they stick around, and then once they're gone, they never get reprinted. And they do... Marvel does publish a bunch of different ones of the best ofs. The Spider-Man one I can't find. They did a volume 2. There's plenty of them around. The Fantastic Four one's still around. Captain America. They just released an X-Men, I believe, as well. And then another Star Wars piece, Visionaries, which I don't know if Visionaries was ever published here. There's a bunch of wordless comics in here. There's a bunch that aren't wordless. Different artists. It's an anthology. I don't know if this is part of... Maybe somebody out there knows if this is part of anything printed in the US. It doesn't look like it. I don't remember seeing any of this stuff in Star Wars Tales. I could be wrong. But this might be a completely unique to Japan thing. With some really beautiful art. Like, I don't recognize any... Oh, no, that's attached in there. I guess it is published by Dark Horse. Because publisher's Mike Richardson. So, I don't recognize any of these names in here. Which is kind of uncommon for me. Aaron McBride, Eric Tiemens, Michael Murnane, Derek Thompson, Alex Jager... Yeah, I don't... Feng Zhu, Sang Jun Lee, Ryan Church, Warren Fu. Yeah, I don't recognize any of those names. Oh, okay. Yeah, I must have brought one back. I can bring more back next time. I just don't know what the interest level is. All right, let's get to the next pile. Where are all the homies at that were like, I'm so excited to see your haul, and then they're just not here? I'll fight them. All right, we got some Otomo. What book is this? It's not War and Peace. Oh, Hard On. No, it's not Hard On. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember ever seeing it, Ian. Somebody tell me what book this is. I can't remember the name of this. Anyway, this is Otomo. It's not called Action Comics. What the hell is it called? Heavy Piece. Heavy Piece? Is it Heavy Piece? Anyway. To be continued next war. See you soon. Oh boy. But it's got the Obi on it. It's an older copy. I think I have one of these in the PC. Zeus by Kaze Shinobu. It was a trade paperback. I think a lot of the artists work permanent. Okay, that makes sense. The mood is already of war. Yeah, but it's got a different name. Or is that the name? That's the translated name. I don't know what, I forget what Sean has told me the name of it is. Well, Danny, you'll have your chance. Anyway, this one I do not think I'll be selling. I've never owned a copy of Zeus by Kaze Shinobu. I am still trying to track down some more of the printings of Ryu, the strongest man on the planet. But I found this. I was very fortunate to find this. It's also got a cool little thing. Kibun wa mo sensuo. The mood is already of war. I'm assuming that's what that translates to. Yeah, Katsuhiro Otomo is very he likes writing about war. But this is Kaze Shinobu, same guy who did Ryu, Strongest Man on the Planet, which hopefully one day will be printed in translated in English. But until then, we only have his Japanese books, which are very tough to find. But that is Zeus. All right, here you go, Tyler. So I don't know if this was printed in the US yet, but this is Junji Ito, Dark Colors, which reprints some of the stuff that he has done in black and white in color. So I think this may be fairly new. Ryu and his yeah, I don't have his Tiger Mask bootleg. I would love to find one of those. If Sean finds one, I've got to buy it. The other Otomo Mag with the poster and postcard is a sequel story to Moon. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for that, John. Thanks for doing that little bit of fact finding. So anyway, yes, Dark Colors, printing some Junji Ito stuff in color. Like I said, I do not know if this is published in the US. I think this is fairly new, but I could be wrong. It's, like we're used to seeing for a lot of books, well, you can open them up, but we're used to seeing the date on a lot of books on the back. Here, not the case. I don't see oh, wait. No, I don't know. Oh, 2025. So this was published last year. So it is fairly new. And if people have interest in that, I can always find copies when I go back. I saw a few. So this is one of those thick boy TV. I think this is one of the TV books, but it's, just by the cover, I was like, yeah, I should probably buy this. Mega Man, Mario, the Turtles are in there, Gundam, Ultraman, Chibi Ultraman, Mechagodzilla, Chibi Kamen Rider. The thing has definitely, I think, been exposed to moisture. There's no mold or anything in it, but these books are really tough to find, period, and then also really tough to find in good condition because they're like little bricks. And most people in Japan do not have the space for a stack of little bricks. And this thing is Rocket Man, aka Mega Man. This thing is 33 years old. It's from 1993. So, lucky that it still exists. But I have to experiment with buying stuff out there. I have to see what interests y'all. So, if stuff like this sells pretty quick, then I know for next time to try and track down more of it. But bringing a bunch of this home means sacrificing space and weight in the suitcase. Because you could see. I mean, it weighs, it's probably like, I don't know, a pound, maybe 14 ounces, but probably a pound and 6 ounces or something like that. And I got this on my first trip, but I found another one. This is the Dark Horse Dark Empire Star Wars box set, featuring both volumes in very nice condition, printed on that matte paper, Cam Kennedy artwork, classic stuff. This was first batch of Star Wars comics that was printed by Dark Horse. This might have been the first full original story And Tales of the Jedi, I know, was like the first book, but Dark Empire was big stuff, man. Anyway, that's the box set with the Obi. Let me get those back in without damaging anything. The Marvel, DC, American comic stuff is probably going to be printed less and less in the next couple years in Japan because one of the two publishers that prints American stuff in Japan just went out or is going out of business. All right. We'll continue on. You know what? Let's switch off I got 3 piles of books, maybe 4 piles of books. Let's do some cool toys and games and stuff. I'm not going to open most of this now. I'm open some of it. But I got some blind bag assortment toys, like little... These look like little Sofubi mini Godzilla guys. And then this one are also mini Sofubi. I don't know why I bought this. I mean, it's cool. I don't know. Is it like, I think it's Evangelion and Godzilla? Exactly. Toys and games and stuff for us. Hello, Christopher. And I got another one of these. I haven't opened anything yet, obviously, as you can see. This is a Godzilla Gachapon that you can't see what it is because it's in an egg. I'm going to open this one now. If I can find the seam. Maybe I can open it now, Jesus. The perforation is not perforated enough. The circumference of the circle globe. I can't. Come on. Hold on. Where's my scissor? All right. Maybe I'm not opening this now. Anyway, they had a Katamari Damacy. La 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 la. They had a Katamari Damacy Gachapon. I got the Katamari ball. And then I think I got 2 of them, but not 2 balls. I got 2 balls. This, what the hell is this? We're gonna open this. I just hit the Gachapon that was like not lame. There was a lot of lame Gachapon. Oh, this is from the Alien Gachapon, and I traded with Joe. He got the, oh my God, Xenomorph parts are falling out all over the place. He got the Xenomorph, but he already had it, so I traded him for the egg. Let's take a look at this guy. Yep. No, it goes like that. And then I love Katamari Damacy. When I got home, I downloaded the newest game, which came out, I guess, last year. And I've been playing it for the last 24 hours. I mean, this thing's awesome. This guy's staying with me. Oh, it goes right in his ass. The tail. Does it? It won't. Guys, I'm having trouble getting it in. Does it curl under? What is happening? You know what? I shouldn't have tried this. Oh, here it is. Look at this. Look at this little figure for whatever, however many hundred yen. In space. No one can hear you, alien. Doesn't stand up. Anyway, let's see what else we got here. I found a set of original Demolition Man matching pins. Couple of cartridges from Famicom, Star Wars, and another Akira. Actually, I found 2 of them. One is available in the Patreon sale tomorrow. These were pretty cool. These are like metal postcards. as you can see, it says on the package, but with Golden Age American comics covers, Black Cat Comics, Frankenstein, and Beware. And you could actually send these out. You definitely can't send them out for the same postage that you would a regular postcard, but they're pretty cool. An original Spawn logo sticker from the movie. Right there. Godzilla tea towel, but it's got this really cool image. They're long. I have a different one of these hanging up in over one of my doors. But more Godzilla goodness. This is a new image from the wrestler. What's his name, Chris? You know who it is. Does it say on here? No. That's the same wrestler from the Peach Momoko t-shirt. I hit the Akira Art of Wall Gachapon, but I didn't open it. I'm just desperado. Thank you, Chris. Got one of those. Sorayama sticker from the exhibition of a velociraptor. Clever girl. Let's see. Oh, here's 2 Junji Ito things. So I picked one of these up, a couple of these up last time. It's a acrylic display. So I'll be selling these. These are both Junji Ito pieces. The Nintendo store had these Gachapon where it had like, they basically made keychains out of old controller pieces. And these two are, I got 2 of the same, the GameCube ones, but they are keychains. So there's 2 of those. And then I got the Nintendo Start Select, the original NES controller. Like I said, these are keychains. Or, you know, you can just hang them up. This was pretty cool. I was pretty stoked to find this vintage Go Nagai Devilman lighter. Pretty cool. And then some vintage Spidey pins. And I think this is one that was made in the 90s in Japan. A little Spidey pin. What else? Oh, the Gachapon, they had these mini Hino Hideshi books. They are actually the full book, and you could read it if you're able to read something that small. There's a couple different ones that I got. I don't know if I'm going to sell these or if I'm going to keep these. But I did get, there's 4 of them, and I got 3 different ones, which I thought was pretty impressive. I have really good luck with Gachapon. Really good luck. What one is this? Oh, here's a couple of Godzilla Gachapons. I didn't even open this. Let's see. Oh, this is the mini, like, it's basically like a mini VHS clamshell Mecha Godzilla. It's got the original back and front of the VHS clamshell. So maybe I'll keep one and give one away or something like that. And then what else we got here? I don't know what this is. There's 2 little, oh, this is the Umezz blind bag things. I think this was, well, this is just a ball. I don't know where the other one is. I must have misplaced it somewhere. Maybe I only got one. Anyway, this is an Umezz blind bag. I'm going to open one of them up just because I forget what was in here. I think they were magnets or, yeah, they're magnets with little artwork. Which is pretty cool. It's like a fake frame. What's up, Ray? And then this is a wafer. This is like a wafer. I don't know. Maybe I'll eat it. It's like probably like a chocolate wafer of one piece. And I don't know what this was from. I think this might have been from, yeah, this is a Junji Ito sticker blind pack. So let me get this stuff back in here. I'll show you some shirts. Space. No one can hear you, space. Oh, his tail fell off. Still got a lot of stuff to show off. Ah. La 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 la. All right. Well, before we get to shirts, I did get a complete inbox Super Famicom. Is this Famicom or is this Super Famicom? I think that's just Famicom. Mario Brothers 3. Yeah. It's in great condition. I found this when I was out in Kumagaya. And then a complete inbox Super Famicom Donkey Kong, Super Donkey Kong. This, it's got some wear on it. The instruction booklet's got some wear, but it is complete. Check this out. This is a long sleeve X-Men animated series shirt with all of the characters that we love. And then the sleeves, it's a long sleeve, has the logo, 2 different logos on it. I think this is one of the coolest shirts I've ever seen out there. So X-Men 97, brand new shirt from Marvel. I'm going to be keeping one. I got to see which fits me better, the XL or the large, and then I'll sell the other. Shirt size is weird there. Some larges fit me real well and some don't. Exactly. I don't know if Uniqlo in the States is going to be selling this, but they're doing some Star Wars stuff in Japan. So I picked up the Empire Strikes Back shirt. And then it's got this on the back, which is arguably just as cool as the front. He's no good to me. Dead. No disintegration, Boba. Here's the Peach Momoko Desperado shirt from 2 years ago, I guess. I haven't figured out if I want to sell this yet or keep it, but Chris Pierce loves to wear this shirt. It's a great shirt. Okay, so I did get one of these for myself, but I bought another one. This is a Star Wars shirt. By, the front, you're like, oh, it's just a cool, Star Wars. No. It's a Star Wars manga shirt. Check out the back of this. I didn't want to buy a whole bunch of them because I don't want to get stuck selling shirts, but I did buy an extra one for sale. That'll be available in a couple of days. And then another book. So there was I can't show this off. It's just basically all dirty nudity and crazy stuff. But this exhibition was at Vanilla Gallery, and it's Rockin' Jelly Bean, Masamune Shirow, Sorayama, and Katsuya Terada. Pan Exotica, they've done a bunch of shows together, at least the 3 of Sorayama, Terada, and Rockin' Jelly Bean. I might show this off on the Patreon, but it's definitely not something I can show off on YouTube because it is just all nudity and nothing else. I still have the Dark Horse New Hope manga. I need to get that edition that they did with the Kickstarter. I didn't realize how nice it looked, that edition. But yeah, the Star Wars manga is amazing. So anyway, that's Ex Machina Galactica, Shiro, Jelly Bean, Sorayama, and Terada. All right, we are not done. There are going to be a couple of these available on the Patreon, but I think I'm going to open one of these up now. Y'all know I didn't leave Japan without some Akira minifigs. Yeah, Andrew, I really want to grab that artist edition. I think it's available. I think you're going to be able to buy it. Maybe not the Kickstarter edition, but I do want to own it. So I bought a couple from each series. They're going to be available. Some will be available on the Patreon tomorrow. But I think I'll open one right now. I'm trying to think which bike I have. I want to try and get one of the other bikes. But I can't remember which one I have, if I have the one from this series or this. I'm going to open up this one. And Andy, I didn't even know that they made original art available part of the Kickstarter, which is kind of nuts. All right, let me grab something to cut this tape with. It's only a matter of time before these are no longer available in Japan. So I should be able to find more next trip. But if you are looking for any of these blind boxes, get them before they don't exist anymore. That's all I'll say. Come on. All right, let's hope for a bike. Oh, we got, I have this one. All right, this one will be available because this is one of the few that I do have open and displayed. And that's like, I'll show you what it looks like. It's this one. Tetsuo. Right? Tetsuo? Yeah. Anyway, let's go keep looking at the books while I put this back. Okay, what do we got? Oh, that's a huge stack. We'll do this one. All right, I'm hesitant to even show this off because I do not think I'm going to be selling it, but this might have been one of the more unique things I found on the trip. This is the first edition tankobon of Dragon Ball. Not the first appearance, that was in a weekly, but this is the first collected edition. It's, you know, in terms of like what I would call this condition-wise, if we were talking about American comic, it'd probably be a fine, VG fine, but Toriyama's Dragon Ball, first edition tankobon. It's got some tape on the interior here. Tape the dust cover down. I was really, really excited to find this. I just grabbed this, and this is a first edition Berserk tankobon 33. But I feel like first editions aren't easy to find. Hell yeah. But that'll be for sale. I'll do the cat stuff after. This is pretty cool. If you're watching, you know who you are. You asked me to find this. Appleseed, Masamune Shirow, book 1 and 2, in an oversized format, which I think Sean said they only did book 1 and 2 and book 3 and 4, and that was it. And I guess they discontinued making them this size, but this is basically like the size of an American comic, just printed better in Japanese. Masamune Shirow's Appleseed, which I think is getting the Dark Horse like collected edition, you know, the really nice version of it real soon. Anyway, Art Adams looked at this and said, hell yeah. And then he would go on to do some covers for Appleseed. Comic Crack, what's going on? Nice to see you. Smoking that comic crack. This is going into the PC. I picked this up from Sean. This is 1977 weekly with Kaze Shinobu's Ryu, the Strongest Man on the Planet. Look at that. Right? Isn't that so sick? Anyway, let's see what the text on the cover says. The strongest male birth. I love that. Strongest male birth. All right. I don't know if I could show too much of this off because it's like super, super sexy, naughty filth. But this is called Junk Story. I saw this in Sean's office. Yes, that is the guy that punches through the planet in half. Anyway, this is something that Sean was like, oh, I got this in a lot. Yeah, I can't show this. But it's called Junk Story. It's pretty fucking wild. It's pretty... Chipping around, kick my brains around. What? Chipping around, kick my brains around the floor. These are the days it never rains, but it pours. People on streets. That translation is fucking weird. Anyway, I can't show that off. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Lots of junk in there. I found a full set of the Spawn animated series on VHS. I did find a volume 2 that I recently sold, but this is the whole set, all 3 tapes. See Todd, bye Todd. Yeah, yeah. Chipping around, kick my brains around the floor. It doesn't rhyme. These are the days it never rains, but it pours. People on streets. Great translation. Great. Great. Yeah, I can't. I really would love to show this, but I can't. I can't. Everything in here is like, would get me kicked out of a country if I showed it off. Okay, I can show that off. That's all I can show off. And then some cat stuff. I found this person at the Tokyo Art Expo, and I thought this was pretty neat. Zen Mira's cats. I love, you're going to see some other cat art real soon, but this is so cool. Cyberpunk's Chatora. I fucking love this. I wish there was, I wish I had known more about this person before I went, because I would have bought a bunch more art, but look how cool this is. How come nobody in our country makes anything that looks as good as this with cats? Anyway. If this person is at Tokyo Japan Comic Art Expo next year, I can pick up some more of this stuff. And then I found this at Tsutaya Bookstore. This is cat postcard art. Cat match labels, I'm sorry. Matchbook labels with cats. Brandon, check this out. Like, these are all vintage matchbooks. I guess they're all from Japan, but a lot of the artwork may be from other places like France. Le Chat Noir. Anatola Howard is doing it. Tell me more, Danny. Tell me more. But this is just a cool fucking book. Another one that, like, if somebody really wants a copy of this, I can probably pick one up next trip, because I just found this at a bookstore, which is like a heavy design and art bookstore. But this is just so cool. Look at this. Yeah, so these are from India. These are from Austria. Anyway, that's Cat Match Books. We are not done, friends. We are not done. Just move some of this stuff off the table. They were doing Cat Giant, some recent comics, some of the Master Builder. Okay. Thank you for the recommendation, brother. What's in here? Okay. Some of the stuff in this pile is already spoken for. It was stuff, but at Sushi Sasaki, if you remember last year when I went to the Japan Comic Art Expo, he did that like warrior book, and this is Lords of the Siege. I think that it's all from this book. This is his like warrior kind of demon dynasty warriors thing. Each of the books has a sketch in it, so I'll be selling one of them. But I showed off his manga last year, and everybody seemed to love it. And I was happy to support him again. I'll keep buying books from him because I think he's a fantastic artist. So this is his manga, Lord of the Siege. And then this is like just a kind of sketchbook of different, like this is in here and some other character pinups and stuff. I can't remember the name of this artist, but I couldn't resist it. I couldn't resist it. How can I resist it? Music called Jaja Binks. So this is going in the PC, the art collection. Oh, that's one of the things from Atsushi Sasaki. I did grab a couple of flyers for Grogu and Mandalorian. A silk piece of art from Soiderman. It's not Spider-Man, but it's Soiderman, Soiderman. And then Black Cat from Chicago is her name. This piece of artwork. And then just some different stuff that I picked up at the con. This also was picked up for somebody who asked me to find it. Imagine Yoshitaka Mano, some early art of his. Interview and artwork from the master. And then this, God, I wish I can find her name. I'm going to keep this because I thought her art was badass. This is somebody else I saw at the art expo. And she was doing like this cool horror art. Oh, wait. These are in, no, I don't know. Oh, Misao Inagaki. She's just got some really, a really cool art style with that horror element to it. It just gets weirder and weirder and grosser as it goes on. And I was just looking at her books and I was like, you know what? Let me grab this. That way I can remember and I can pick up some more stuff from her if I see her next year at one of the cons. Or this year, I should say. I keep saying next year, I mean next trip. But I do like her art style. She had a bunch of books. I don't know if these are all like some version is self-published or a small publisher, but that is Misao Inagaki. Okay, let's get to another pile of books. I got 2 more piles left. And then tomorrow, like I said, the Patreon drop is at 9 a.m. Pacific. Found this One Piece book. I don't know if this was like a mini book sold or an insert in a weekly magazine, but it looks like it's all just character design and sketches. And since One Piece is wildly popular, I figured I would lean into that and grab some One Piece stuff on this trip. My guess is this was an insert in something else, but it was being sold. I found it on a shelf. Got a couple of these Fist of the North Star packs, which have like a single issue here, and these minifigures. There's 2 of them in this one. Oh, this is from the movie Red. Okay. Yeah, oh yeah, right there. Yeah, I'm so unfamiliar with what One Piece really is, but thank you for that. So yeah, you get 2 figures, 2 little minifigures, and a manga. So these are pretty cool. I don't know when these started coming out, but they did a lot of volumes of them. I don't see a date on here, but they're not something you can find anymore. I think they sold these in 7-Elevens and Convenies. And then I figured this would be cool. I don't know if they released it like this in the States, but it's Berserk Volume 41. Comes with a CD, but it's housed in this little canvas framed print. So the book, and then this is a print that you can hang up. So I thought it'd be cool to pick one of these up. And then I don't know, the CD probably irrelevant to anybody in this country because I don't know if it's in English or anything. Didn't pick up too much Spawn stuff. I think this might have been the only thing, but whenever I see these gold Dengeki issues or the silver ones, I'll pick them up because they're a little bit tougher to find. It doesn't have the Obi, but it's still the gold issue. This one was a fun find. This is something that Sean brought to my attention years ago, but he found one for Mahfood when we were there last year. Not this one specifically, but this is Gundragon Sigma. And it's basically, and there's the Obi, it's basically this badass weapons chick in a kind of a CGI comic. But it's just a lot of fun. And she's, you know, this actress or whatever, she's the only real human thing in this. Lots of ass shots in this, which I'm not complaining about. She's got a great butt. But this is just a fun look at this thing. Anyway, that's Gundragon. Took me 2 trips to find another one of these. Very hard to find. This was the 70th anniversary anthology of Godzilla with the gold Art Adams cover. I don't know what, oh, that's what the regular cover looks like, the inside. But this is different, I guess, Dark Horse published stuff. I guess the first is James Stokey, because that's definitely looks like his art. But some of everything in here for the Godzilla anniversary. Oh, it's a great piece by Tom Whalen. But yeah, I had looked for this because I had sold one of these when I came back from my first trip. And I couldn't find one on the last trip. And I found one. Another, I think this is the last of the weekly jumps that I found with One Piece, but this one is from 2007. Another great cover. So I figured I would pick it up, and let's see, is One Piece the first story in here? Yeah, right there. There's a couple of posters in here, fold out things. And then I don't know what else is in this. That's up to the person that owns this next to figure out. I got the Steam Boy. This is the first of the 2 Steam Boy animation storyboards. The problem is with these, the reason I would love to fill a suitcase with them, but each one of these Otomo complete works, each book weighs approximately 2 pounds. And if I bought all 15, or however many exist right now, it would be a whole suitcase. And I'd have to make sure that people were buying these. This is the animation storyboards for Steam Boy. This is book 1. It is complete. It does have the little ticket in there. I made sure, and it's got the original package. So another Otomo piece. This is Otomo Anthology SOS, with obviously an anthology's worth of stories. There's some great stuff in here. Must have for any Otomo collector or fan. Yeah, I think I would maybe next trip I'll just buy one of each and bring them all home, because I can still sell them for cheaper than what people are able to buy. Like they sell at Kinokuniya, they're like 60, 55 through like $75 a pop. And then Amazon, I think they're around the same price. So I can definitely sell them. Even if it's just $10 cheaper, I can still sell them. So that's probably for next trip. Just one suitcase dedicated to the Otomo books. Anyway, this is Anthology. Really nice condition too. I do not believe this is a first printing. I think the first printing had a different cover. 96. This might be a first edition. I'll have to take a look hit it with the Google Lens. Yeah. Usually don't find them as clean as this, but this is really clean, that edition. I found one more of these. Another one that took me, I've sold maybe 4 or 5 of these throughout the last 3 or 4 years, and then they all just disappeared. Doesn't have the Obi on it, but this is the Amazing Spider-Man kind of Marvel, like overview book of with the McFarlane cover, McFarlane poster, a different version of AF-15, two different versions of it, I guess. And then some more pinup stuff, Mobius, McFarlane. Yeah, this is like the coolest Spider-Man book that they make. That's not the Ryoichi Kagami Spider-Man. Yes, the anthology does rule. We love Godzilla every time. Every time. Yeah, I don't know if that English really translates, but I get what they're trying to say. Another great Godzilla book with photos and posters and behind the scenes stuff from all the movies in different colors, which is really cool. Some vinyl stuff. I love that some other merch. I love that all the Godzilla books have their own like reasons to love them. Some of them have the same stuff with the posters and stuff, but they all have different great reasons to want them. Yes, I too love Godzilla every time. That's right, Brandon. So yeah, one more big ass pile of books. I can't think of a time I didn't. You know what? I agree. All right, Ian, have a good night, and hopefully I'll see you on Friday, or in the comment section for the Patreon tomorrow. Gonna get his money. Oh, I don't think Tyler's still in here because he sucks. But I'm just kidding, Tyler. I love you. But if you're not here, you suck. I don't think I'm going to sell this. I was really delighted to find a first press of the Star Wars soundtrack with the Obi. It's really clean too. So I had to grab it. And I don't think this is a first press, but Let It Be with the Obi. Look, I paid less than $12 for it. So come on. How could I say no? But you're here to see books. So let's grab this last ginormous pile. Ugh. Ugh. Let It Obi. Oh, Rob. That was a good one, actually. I really like that. You're funny. You win. So fresh and so clean. Okay. Movie programs. Vampire Hunter D, the Yoshitaka Amano classic. I think one of the first anime that anybody had ever mentioned to me when I was in high school. And we definitely had it on at a party, but I don't remember too much that night, if you know what I'm saying. But there's that movie program. Die Hard, the original, and then there was a movie ticket in there. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. This thing is obnoxiously large. Infinity War. It's in a folder. The presentation of this program is amazing. And then it's basically like a breakdown of every character in the movie. And then I think it breaks down every movie, leading up to Infinity War and Endgame. Some cool art. But yeah, the presentation of the movie program is pretty amazing. I mean, if somebody buys this and they want me to pick up an Endgame when I go back, I will. I think the Endgame one is twice as big as this. Hey, what's up, Mikey? You missed all the Harley Quinn books I got. I got more of the Mad Love stuff, but you'll see them. I got the Running Man. I watched the remake on the Edgar Wright version on the plane ride home. It was okay. I have mixed feelings about it. I didn't love it. I didn't completely hate it, but I'm not. Running Man is not one of my favorite Schwarzenegger movies, so I don't hold it as close as some other people do. Commando, Terminator 2, Total Recall. etc. First, Christopher Reeve Superman program. Ah, sorry to hear that. Hope you're okay. Hope you're okay. But yeah, the original program for Richard Donner, Christopher Reeve Superman, starring Margot Kidder and Christopher Reeve, and Hackman, not to be confused with Batman. Most of the movie programs will be available. There is one that I did track down that I am not selling. All right. You're going to see this book if you're a member of the Patreon. I believe this is part of the Patreon sale tomorrow. Yuji Murakami, The World of Godzilla. This is a fucking badass art book. I got an art catalog from him on the first trip, and I think I might have shown it off. But this is his full art book of these just beautiful painted pieces. Maybe I'll do a flip through of this on the channel. I think this would be a cool one for people to see because it's fine art and it's gorgeous. And it's a big book too. I mean, this is a couple hundred pages, probably 350-page book. Anyway, The World of Godzilla. Back to the movie programs, back with the little block rock and beats. The Mad Love book have a yellow background. Yes, I have one of those available. And then two of the other. Yeah, Andy, that is a cool book. Amityville Horror original program. It's tough finding some of the old horror movie programs. But I did get a couple, including this. Fun fact, I grew up, I don't know, 15 minutes away from Amityville. OG Hellboy. Guillermo del Toro, if you were wondering what Guillermo I might have been talking about. Godzilla 2000 movie program. I don't think I ever saw this one. I can change that, though. I can change. This one I was delighted to find. It's first time ever seeing the Japanese Nightmare on Elm Street program. I love how this is the cover image. It's pretty terrifying. It's funny. I think that they try to obscure you seeing a full great image of Freddy in the program as to keep it a surprise for the theater. I don't think they enjoy spoiling that kind of thing. I mean, you kind of see him here, but there's no classic. Yeah, look at that image. Heather Langenkamp. I met her when I was younger. She was super nice. This is the one. I tracked it down. I was not able to find a poster. This is the first time I was able to find the program for The Crow. It's probably my most sought after program. And if I find a poster, I'm 100% buying it, and I'm definitely getting it framed because I've seen what the Japanese Crow posters look like, and it's so fucking cool because that's what it says on it. Anyway, one of the greatest comic book adaptations of all time. I just did a little reel about the soundtrack, which is one of my favorites. So, can't read all the time. That's The Crow. I forgot what this is. Is this Demon Slayer? Somebody help me out. I picked this up because I knew what it was at the time, and now I forgot. I think it's Demon Slayer. But one of y'all anime nerds can help me. And I say that as an endearing term, not a derogatory term. It says it's not for resale. Bullshit. I'm going to resell this. Okay, I was right. It is Demon Slayer. Okay. So this is this Final? Is this Final Wars? No, is this Mothra versus Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla? Fun program though. I like the way that the action shots look. We love Godzilla every time. Yamamoto. Space Cruiser Yamamoto. It's a little banged up, but the OG program for Space Cruiser Yamamoto. Wasn't it called Battleship Yamamoto in this country? Or no, not Star Blazers or something different. I get confused because I remember stuff. I'm starting to remember stuff in both the American name and the, like what it's actually called, which is, Space Cruiser Yamamoto. Found another one of these. This will be for sale. Spawn movie program in great condition. Look at Todd, young Todd. Yeah, it was planned to be a quick trip. No, I was there for 7 days. So yeah, we got the Spawn movie program, and it's in great shape. Not the greatest movie of all time. Great soundtrack though. Wish I could find these rings. I looked for them, but I can't find them. Picked up another Sin City program because it's just a gorgeous program. And one of my favorite comic book adaptations. It's just done with real care, the way that this program was printed. Definitely one of the best quality ones that I've found. Sorry. Look at that back cover. Come on. Forgive me if I forgot his name. If Chris is in here, somebody else will be able to tell me. This is the Brutus magazine with the guy who does Vagabond. I think this is 2 different issues, actually. Anyway, let's take a look at this one. He's also the creator of Slam Dunk, right? Or the artist. I don't know why they have pictures of Kate Hudson in her bikini, but I'm not complaining. So yeah, Brutus magazine's a little bit of a lifestyle entertainment magazine. There's an insert here of Slam Dunk. Looks like prelims and notes and stuff like that. And then some original pages, pictures from his studio and his desk. Takehiko Inoue. I'm not good at that name. Anyway, I guess it's both of them. Writer and artist. Give me some more names. Oh, there you go. Oh, no, that's the person who took the photo. I'm still learning. But anyway, this is a cool little special issue with the insert. And then I don't know if this is the same issue here. I guess okay, so this one comes with a different insert and a poster. I'm going to have to do research on what the difference. Okay, it is the same issue. It's just maybe one's a special edition and one's not. Oh, look at that poster. Yeah, it's just 2 different covers and the inserts are different. So it basically might as well just be 2 different fucking issues. Maybe it is. Okay, I guess it is. Look, let me do a little research because some of the stuff that's in here is not in the other magazine. The only person putting pressure on me is me. All right, 2 Brutus issues. Maybe I'll sell them as a pair. Gamera, The Guardian of the Universe, 1995 to 99, the official album. It's like movie stills, text, behind the scenes stuff, more behind the scenes stuff. The cast, and then more notes, and then special effects, storyboards, production art, model design. For those Gamera fans, this is the one-stop Gamera shop for everything. I picked up another pair of movie programs, Shin Godzilla and Godzilla -1. They're both awesome. Godzilla Minus Zero is going to come out this year. I would love to be able to see it while I'm in Japan, but it is getting released simultaneously worldwide. So these movie programs are great. Once again, they don't make anything like this in the States. That's goddamn right. Episode 1, Phantom Menace 3D program. The program's not in 3D, but this was for the re-release in 3D, which I'm bummed that I missed it when it was out. I just didn't have the time to go see it. But this is a pretty dope program. I think it's completely different from the original episode 1 program too. Some great production art and Doug Chang paintings and concept art. His original concept, I don't think they have the creepiest one, but his original concept from for Jar Jar is kind of horrifying. You can see it in the ILM movie documentary series, the Disney Plus series. I found another one of these and I just couldn't resist, even though it took a while to sell the last one. The X-Men Art Chronicles, which I'll show it off if you've never seen it. It's a hardcover book with art from pretty much everybody that ever touched the X-Men up until a point. You know, everybody from Chaykin to Byrne to Jim Lee to Simonson, Sienkiewicz, Romita, Alan Davis, Mignola, Kent Williams, Texiera, Portasio, Little Robbie Liefeld, the Kubert brothers, etc., etc. And then it comes with a print from each of the artists highlighted in here. So it's a really neat package. The only thing that's missing on it is the obi. But I don't know how many more of these I'll be able to find as time goes on. Good morning, everybody. Hey, fuck you. Yes, yes, and fuck you too. One of my favorite movies of all time, coming to America. All right, X, well, we'll have a chance to buy it. The original movie program. They have the golden arches and we have the golden arcs. McDowell's. King Jaffe Joffa from Zamunda. I saw this movie in the theater. I was way too young to be seeing a movie like this, but I'm better off for it. We will go to Queens. There I will find my bride. To be loved. So good. Another classic, Young Guns. Come on, Kiefer, Charlie, Lou Diamond, Emilio, that guy, and Dermot Mulroney. Come on. Come on. How could you not? I don't know who the hell that is. I can't remember the actor's name because it was the one guy that nobody cared about. And then Young Guns 2? Come on. Oh, we're about to find out what his name is. Wait, he's not even listed. He's not even listed. Oh, Casey says Samasgo. I forgot Terrence Stamp was in it. Jack Palance. Anyway, that's Young Guns. A couple more movie programs, a couple more books, and that's mostly the haul. What is this? Godzilla versus Biolante? Biolante? I don't know how you say it. Is that what this one is? Oh, it's Godzilla versus Space Godzilla. My apologies. But it's got that Noriyoshi Orai painted movie poster. Yes, the teaser looks so good. Maybe we'll get Space Godzilla in the teaser, in the new one. Maybe that'll be the bad kaiju. Anyway, that's this program. And then this one is Godzilla versus Which one is this? Nope. Forever Godzilla? No, that's not the name of the movie. Oh, Godzilla versus Destroya. Yes. All right, I'm not sure how much of this I can show. This is Katsuya Terada art book, but his art pretty amazing. I know he's pretty well known in the States, at least in certain circles. Getting to see his art in person was a real treat. This is an old one though. I don't even know like anything that like I could talk about his style in comparison to something else. He's very unique. Sorry, let me get a better grip on this. So this is an oversized collection of covers and comics and illustration, I should say. Like a little bit of Simon Bisley in a way. Maybe. Anyway, that's Terada from 2003. Maybe some Jeff Darrow-ish. You know what this reminds me of? Some Peter Chung Aeon Flux. A little bit of that too. So I bought this and I don't know. I don't think I even know the artist on this. I don't think it's Mizuki Shigeru or anything, but it's yokai. A lot of fold out like images too in here. I didn't really do any research on this book because it was just like cool and it was cheap, and so I picked it up. I can't tell if these are like ancient style paintings or if they're just made to look a little bit older, or whoever style it is, but it's pretty impressive. Ugh. Somebody just threw up in their mouth. Anyway. And then I can't believe I found a sealed one of this. So I brought one of these back in the first trip. This is, I believe, every Star Wars program, the originals, the prequels, and the special editions. I think it looks like it goes up to 2002. So maybe Revenge of the Sith isn't in here. I'll have to, I think Tyler was the one who bought the one that I brought home. I gotta ask him what programs are in there. And then lastly, was this Hansel and Gretel by Otomo, but I think this is more Fables. It's more than just Hansel and Gretel. But I think the book is called Hansel and Gretel. Now, let me look real quick. Yeah, it's Hansel and Gretel, but it's got a whole bunch of stuff in here. Whole bunch of fables done by Otomo. It does not have the poster. I do own a copy with the poster, but they are incredibly hard to find. And it's just a map. It's not like a crazy image or anything, but it's still what would make it complete. But yeah, that's Hansel and Gretel by Otomo Katsuhiro. Nope. That's what I was. Nope. There we go. Hi, everybody. That in essence, that 2 hour and 11 minute top town thing is the essence of the trip. A lot of great stuff. A lot of stuff that I had never seen before. And when I, scoop stuff up, it's tough to know who's going to buy what, but to be honest with you, as long as this goes well on Friday, this is my third trip of buying stuff, and I'm happy to bring it to everybody. Tell your friends to come. I'll be posting preview photos on Friday, uh, and it'd be pretty comprehensive. Um, um, but I had a lot of fun. I enjoy being in Tokyo. I enjoy being in Japan. I enjoy being away from this country. It was nice to kind of unplug, like seriously unplug. I really wasn't on my phone too much. I posted some photos. I posted like one or two short videos, but it really was a trip of just unplugging and enjoying where I was, and also buying stuff. And it's tough. You don't know. I don't know, I should say, what people are going to want and what people are going to be able to afford. I mean, there's some of this stuff's going to be fairly expensive, but some of it's not. But I try to make sure that I'm doing my due diligence, that you can't really get it anywhere cheaper, even if it's on eBay for a certain price. Like, you don't have to pay tax and excessive shipping costs. Although shipping is up right now because that stupid fuel surcharge, because we decided to try and take over the world's oil supply again for the 19th time in my fucking lifetime. But anyway, that's a different story. Um, there's going to be a couple videos coming up, including a video with Sean, aka Japan Book Hunter, one on my channel. Then in a couple weeks after that on his channel. I think I'll be able to put together a full video of the Sorayama exhibit, and then maybe I didn't take a lot of videos while I was hunting because of the fact that I needed to take a break. Uh, but yeah, and if there's something you liked, stay tuned on Friday. It most likely will be available. But if you're part of the Patreon, tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific, I'm dropping the exclusive sale. I think there's about 24 or 5 items in there. Not all of it's from Japan. Some of it's from stuff I got recently. The link for the Patreon is in the description, but no, below. It's $5 a month to join. There is a free level, but the free level doesn't come with the perks that the $5 level does, which is the exclusive videos and the exclusive sale. It's basically a way to help support the channel. So that'll drop tomorrow at 9. I dropped the video for the flip through of Jacques, the art book. That dropped yesterday, and the exclusive direct edition rant dropped at the beginning of the month. So I'm pretty much ahead of schedule on the exclusive content for the Patreon. Um, yeah, I'm looking forward to editing it. You know, Brandon, it was one of those things where because it was a very big space that the exhibits in, and you know, there's a lot of work in there, but the statues are spaced out. Like, I was able to appreciate it, then take video, appreciate it, then take video, or just kind of film, you know, at this level while I was looking at it. It definitely was easy to film and not be distracted by filming. Uh, yeah, and like I said, I didn't take a ton of video while I was digging around, just because Dave wanted to do that and not be responsible for filming. Um, though the flip through the Peach Momoko book, I did that. I shot that already, so that'll be coming soon. Probably drop it early on the Patreon, but I'm hoping that it does well, because I'll probably be the only person to have an exclusive flip through of the book. I know the people that pre-ordered it from Trinity Comics are getting it soon, but how many of those people are going to film a flip through of it? Probably not a lot. Uh, anyway, if there were any other questions or anybody want to talk about anything, I will say this without spoilers. I watched the Punisher special yesterday, and I didn't really care for it. I don't know why they can't get a solo Punisher thing right to save their lives with John Bernthal, because he's fantastic. But everything that he's done in the Daredevil show is 10 times better than everything he's done as a solo show or this special. I don't know. I just felt like the Punisher special was an insult to my intelligence. As somebody who's read, you know, I love Garth Ennis's Punisher. I read it when it came out. I reread Welcome Back, Frank maybe 2 weeks ago, and I absolutely love it. And I just don't know why they can't get it right on the TV side. But I will probably be in the minority of people that didn't really love it. It was entertaining for the most part, but I just didn't really love it. Other than that, quiet night in the chat. That's cool. I will be back on Friday at around 6:15. I think I have it scheduled for. Yeah, exactly. That's how I felt about Daredevil. It was like the very ending didn't really do it for me, but I still enjoy everything they've put together with the 2 seasons of Board Again. Even if I didn't love the first episode of the first season and the last episode of the second season, I still enjoyed it overall. But the Punisher thing just really was like, I don't know, if you look at it from like a logical standpoint, even if you try and throw a little logic into the Punisher special, I'm just like, why? What was the reasons? What were the reasons for doing with it anyway? I'm not going to keep going on about it. I don't want to harsh anybody's enjoyment of it. Yeah, Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin, 10 out of 10 casting. That whole cast, everybody that they cast in Daredevil is a 10 out of 10, or at least close to a 10 out of 10 on who they cast and the way that they've handled it. But yeah, I'll be back on Friday for the sale. If the sale goes too long, I might do like a sequel sale on Saturday afternoon, but I probably won't. I probably we'll get through enough stuff on Friday. And it's not just going to be the Japan stuff on Friday. There will be like a box of regular stuff and magazines and stuff. But anyway, thank you for being here tonight. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out, or if you already hit it, then hit the like button somewhere else. Excuse me. Thanks for being here. It's nice to be back. We'll get on a regular schedule pretty soon, and it's garage sale season, so hopefully I'll have some garage sale scores and videos coming and collections and stuff like that. But have a great night. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you all. And I'll see you Friday.